So, hello everyone. Thank you for all the wishes, and it really made me happy. So, today I'll be sharing the NEET PG strategy, how to do, how to go on about preparing, and what to do for preparation. So, this is of course subjective. It is based on my experience. Everything may or may not suit you, but give it a shot. There is no harm there, and I learned a lot of things during the later part of my preparation, and I wished that somebody would have told me earlier. So, what I'm trying to do now is the same thing, and I hope it will be of use to you. So, the what to do part, the first part of this preparation would be yes, reading. Many of my colleagues and peers and seniors and my juniors uh, and even me, I was initially focused on just reading in the initial days, but only later I learned that solving MCQs on a daily basis is a must, because passive and active recollection of uh, the facts and the concepts is very important for a strong visual recall. And we have to stay organized. We learned in PSM that there is a goal, target, and objective. So, first of all, having a goal in terms of the best institute for the branch that you are passionate about is a must. That drive will keep you going when you find it difficult to push. So, yes, that is a thing that is the most important. And target, the target would be grand tests. So initially on a monthly basis, and then later on every 2 weeks, and in the last part every 7 days. Grand test is a milestone by which you will be able to get a real-time knowledge of where you stand among your peers, and focusing on the weak subjects as per the analysis and pushing for a higher score in the next grand test will be a good marker, good target to aim for. And last but not the least, objectives. So, having a written plan on a weekly basis, if not daily, helps you with the discipline and that urge from switching subjects or switching sources. So, that is very, very important. And yes, that would be our objective, having a written plan. And at least 3 revisions are a must before NEET PG for a strong visual recall. And yes, it is a bit overwhelming to think about it right now, that how will I be able to complete 19 subjects 3 times. But I'll soon be sharing a reading habit and implementing it for at least 20 days as a habit installation protocol. So that is a must, and you'll definitely see results by that. So yes, 3 revisions and custom module. So every day at least 50 questions and ideally 100 questions of custom module has to be solved. The tags are mentioned on the screen: recent NEET, INI, problem solving, IOC, DOC. These tags are the tags that I have used and I have found useful, because NB has limited sphere of information, and last 3 years of NEET PG and last 2 years of FMG papers are a must. And why? Because see, this year after NEET PG 2022, NBA did not disclose the exam recall or answer key, and the reason they mentioned was we have a very limited amount of information from which we ask questions. So that itself suggests that just focusing on the previous year topics, mind you, topics, not questions, uh, based on these 5 papers would give you 60 to 70% of yield in your upcoming NEET PG exams. So that is the smart part of how you should work. It is just like university exams are there and you solve the previous 3 or 4 years of papers. The same thing is applied here. So yes, that is a brief overview of the what to do part. And in the how to do part, the most important is discipline. See, if I share my personal experience, I was on that level of preparation that I could get a double digit rank in INICET. And because I compromised on my discipline, I did not work out, I switched to some rapid revision PDF instead of sticking on the same source. And I could not handle my burnout because I did not have a written plan before my NICET. I think I made a lot of silly mistakes, and because of that, I learned from those mistakes, and I am very happy now that I could have this sort of, it is a bit untidy, but yes, written plan before NEET PG. On 17th, I did first surgery, 18th PSM, 19th Pharmac, and the remaining subjects on the later part of the day. On 20, I just flipped pages of 17 to 19 subjects. I read around 2000 pages on the day before, and I solved the wrong question grand test list, which I'll soon tell you about, which is very very important to get a very good result. I focused on some very volatile subjects in the morning part, and in the later part I focused on some easy subjects before NEET PG. So what I'm trying to say is having a written plan, sticking to your source is very important, especially when you feel that you are burning out, and you can implement that by some very positive habits which are covered in this discipline part. So I used to listen to this podcast of Stoicism for Modern Life, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. The links would be given in the description below, and these were very helpful. For instance, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius is a book which is read by many presidents, CEOs, and leading entrepreneurs. So, just because I had this impression that many people got success by reading such books, I was able to correlate it to my real life scenarios, and I got the discipline, I got the fuel to study more, and the day stacking of these things gave me the results that I wanted. Another book that I read was Being a Morning Person. I was able to relate to the 5 a.m. Club book by Robin Sharma very much. It discusses some very very important concepts like the 20-20-20 formula, the habit installation protocol, the four focuses of history maker, the four empires, internal empires. So yes, I highly recommend it if it is suitable to your philosophy, your routine. And otherwise, there is also this great book, Atomic Habits, Atomic Habits by James Clear. So what it discusses about how tiny changes give remarkable results, the day stacking effect, the compound effect, and it also along the way talks about some Olympic gold medalists and businessmen, CEOs, the 2 minute rule. So it has got around 45,000 4.5 star reviews, which is actually quite unheard of. So that itself says how beneficial it is to the people. So give it a try. There is no harm there. And another very important thing that helped me was for the first 1.5 hour part of the morning, I used to exercise, and when there was the time of sunrise, I would exercise at that point of time. In the post exercise endorphin surge, I used to feel so happy that anything may happen, I am very happy living this current moment. And in that moment, I used to convey this simple chant of saying that I am grateful that I have a roof over my head, I have food on my plate, I have clothes to wear, because many people do not even have this basic privilege. So just stating that and being thankful for your family members, the efforts that they put in so that you can be a great person in the future is something that will help you have a positive carryover in your studies, will help you improve your relationship with your family, and it is a very good thing to practice. So yes, that was very very helpful. Now the science behind it was, yes, the positive mindset, and the discipline would increase your productivity at least twice or thrice. And see, these are the positive things that we should implement, but the negatives that we should restrain from, and that we all know of, our social media dependence, our instant gratification by watching some Amazon Prime videos or Hotstar or any other such web series. So yes, because of the strong dependence, because of the reward center nucleus accumbens, it is like a smoker trying to quit smoking. Once you smoke, after that you will definitely have this strong urge, and it is very difficult to serve that urge. And by having this positive influence based on this podcasts, based on this 5 a.m. club and other such books, you will not only able to control that, but will be able to pursue your targets and achieve almost 100% every day. So trust me, implement this. It is very, very important. I have never seen any person sharing this kind of insights, and I was therefore not very uh, eager to implement this, but I started late and I'm very grateful. And you can start early, so please use it. So yes, that is the discipline part. And in the reading experience, you can find, I will put the link in description, you can find the TED talk by Jordan Harry. uh, he discusses about an optimum environment, what the bad reading habits are, like regression, fixation, not having the good environment. And music without lyrics is also a very good thing, because uh, that way you will be able to focus, and like listening to classical music, listening to music by Yanni or Yuruma. And the part of TED Talk which I used very thoroughly was the three part sequence of skimming, scanning, and speed reading. In speed reading, you can use pacers, gliders, but what I used was pacers. So just getting a cue with pen, and once the pen tip reaches the end of the sentence, uh, you have to have that discipline to not go to the first part again. So how that will help is, you will be able to focus, and you will be able to move on, and you will not fix it on a particular statement. So for instance, let's say I am trying to read anatomy. So anatomy, I used Marrow mainly. In anatomy there are 475 pages or so, and around 200 or 250 pages are just based on images. So that is a huge perk for anatomy. For the first part in skimming, just I supplemented it with Tide app, where it is based on Pomodoro principle for the first 40 minutes. What Pomodoro helps with is, you get a time conscious use by the effect of timer. In the part of study, you only study, and in the part of break, yes, it is very important that you do not indulge in social media and some YouTube videos or any instant gratification. You will have this subjective feeling of disintegration when you indulge in this kind of things, and a strong fuel and a strong energizing experience by listening to these podcasts and reading this kind of books. So initially I've been there, it is very difficult to implement it time and again, but once you just uh, say, let's say, listen to this podcast for 30 seconds, you will easily able to listen to it for another 5 or 10 minutes and have that discipline and consistency for the next session. So yes, talking about the reading experience, anatomy, skimming, first 45 minutes, just read the front cover, the back cover, the contents on the index, and just flip the pages. In the second part, scanning, focus on images, topic heads, and images should be done in detail. So what I did was, in the morning I used to skim through the pages. In the part of 8 to 12 a.m. I used to follow the 45 principle and get all the images done in details. And in the later part of the day, after lunch, I used to do speed reading with pacers. So That is very helpful with anatomy, but otherwise also it is very much implementable, and you can get huge amount of topics covered by this. You just need to sustain yourself by positive feedback mechanisms by this kind of philosophical books. I'm not saying that you listen to this particular podcast or books only. Anything that is suitable to your own philosophy would be more helpful. And we have this internal model as stated in The Brain by David Eagleman, who is a neuroscientist. It is also a very nice book if you want to give it a read. And it says that we have this internal image of a topic, let's say incomplete puzzle, and when we just even though superficially we just flip through the pages or do it thrice in this particular manner by skimming, scanning, speed reading, your brain subconsciously registers the pieces that fit the puzzle in your internal model. So it is very much helpful. Give it a try, at least for a certain amount of days to install the habit. It will be difficult initially, but it will be very much helpful. And have an optimum environment in terms of a good reading room. It could be municipal or it could be your college library. And how I used to be able to surf through my bad days was because I had this रूटीन ऑफ कुछ भी करो 8 बजे लाइब्रेरी पहुंचना ही है सुबह. तो आई वॉज एबल टू implement my daily targets, and that helped the written plan that I used to have for the objectives to achieve by the end of week. So yes, that is the second part in how to do list, the reading experience, and the third part would be the MCQ approach. So for factual questions, see, we have this instinct of after just reading 3 or 4 lines, we have this instinct of taking, let's say, option D as the first instinct. But we usually at the time of exam also you will do the same thing for some questions, but 60 to 70% of the questions would be correct by the manner of your first instinct. So please take that option in factual questions, and you will see a great increase in your performance. And for factual questions, that is the part. Initially you may get this kind of questions wrong, but as stated, also the internal model by the Brain book, after 3 revisions, which is the minimum number of revisions needed before NEET PG, you will be able to do it. Don't worry. By the TED talk as mentioned by Jordan Harry, after that 3 revisions you will definitely be able to get 60 to 70% of the factual questions correct if you stick to your first instinct. So that will be a great boost to your performance. For conceptual questions, read twice or thrice before marking. Let's say in this NEET PG 2022 there was this question of breach presentation with previous classical CS, but because that classical CS part was mentioned in the middle part of question, many people just saw breach and right away take elective, means external cephalic version at 36 weeks. But we know that that is wrong, because after classical CS we have to do a lower segment cesarean section. So yes, by reading twice or thrice before marking in conceptual questions, you will not miss the important markers and you will get even those questions correct. And this is basically the drawback. Many people, the difference between a person who scores and gets 30th rank and 3000 rank is the exam taking ability, this kind of MCQ approach. I will tell you about the exam taking ability in the next part, and yes, this covers up the MCQ approach. And now year wise strategies for my fellow aspirants and my juniors are, the strategies are the ones that I would have used given the timeline and given the time constraint. So if you guys want to know what I used, was after third first, just because of fate or because I had this quiz where I won thanks to my senior. I got this 3-month Plan C subscription of Marrow, and since then I just used that uh, app for my preparation. But what I am saying is any app is useful for your preparation, be it DAMS or Prep Reader or any other such app. What is the most important part is sticking to that source. That way you will trust that source, that way you will develop visual recall by revising its notes again and again. And even if the notes are lacking, you will be, if you just solve and practice MCQs along with it and add and strengthen your notes, then any kind of notes are sufficient to get a very great rank. Many of my colleagues have scored through a very good rank, rank 40, rank 31 in INI NEET PG by using DAMS as the primary source, but they utilized it thoroughly, test and discussion and everything. So there is no single best source, every source is best. It is dependent on how consistent and how disciplined you are. So for NEET PG 2023 aspirants, if I were in your place, this is how I would have studied. So guys, we have 7 months. 7 months, if you solve 50 questions of moderate difficulty, that is the pattern as per NEET PG, every day based on the tags as mentioned in this part of the notes, that recent NEET, INI, problem, IOC, DOC. These are the tags that I used in custom module. And if you do this consistently for the next 7 months, that is, I think, the tentative date for NEET PG exam, January 2023, then you would have solved 10,500 questions by this particular time. Now, the question arises that what would I achieve by solving 50 questions for this amount of time? There would be this incredible day stacking effect, that by doing this over a period of 7 months, you will increase your exam taking ability a lot. That is the most important part that distinguishes a person who scores 3000th rank and 38th rank after 3 revisions, because both of these guys have studied adequately, but what where the difference lies is the 38th rank person has lesser conflict, gets zoned out less by switching of subjects, like after PSM you get obs gynec, after that you get anatomy. So by that he is able to use his time precisely, and he is able to generate lesser conflict between confusing options. So by doing custom modules, you will be increasing your exam taking ability. Select the tags that I mentioned, at least solve 50 questions, but ideally 100 questions would be very much helpful. And yes, it will give you also insight for future revisions. That is, you will know that from this particular topic, this question has been asked frequently. Even subconsciously, you will register that I have seen this particular part very, very frequently from this topic, so let me do it thoroughly. So this kind of insights will help you a lot in the long run, trust me. And it will give you this exam orientation, and you will zone out less when you give this grand tests. Many people find that they are lacking time initially in grand tests, but if you solve 50 questions, that is 1/4 of grand test every day, you will also develop the speed, you will also develop accuracy, and you will generate lesser conflict, all of which will lead you to using your time wisely in the grand tests and NEET PG exam. So yes, 3 revisions is a must. Even for this 7 months, it is very much possible. Use Jordan Harris this method, and you will be able to do it definitely. Just stick to the process of at least 15 or 20 days, and you will be able to implement it very easily. So yes, one of the most important part is sticking to your notes. It will give you a visual recall. And if you have started with your preparation, use the same notes again and again, strengthen them, use proper reading habits, use optimum environments, go study in some reading room or some place where you are more productive, develop a habit there. And grand test, see, everyone is saying that grand test is very important, you should give grand test, but The smart way in implementing the grand test is by getting a compound effect. Even NEET PG rank 1 in the year 2020 used the same thing. I used this from January to April, and it helped me raise from my plateau of around 150 questions correct to 175 questions correct. So it is a time and tested principle, and it will help you a lot. Even for NEET 2023 aspirants or final year students, this will be of great help. So this is how, in the first part I am telling you about how to review the grand test, and in the second part I will tell you about how to use the compound effect. So reviewing the grand test. Use the guessing checkbox in the grand test very accurately. And how do you know you have to use the checkbox? So if you do not know the approach to that question, if you are ignorant about that particular topic, or if you find that there is conflict between two options which are confusing, conflict between two options says that the recall of that particular topic or the concept is weak, and that is why you should guess this particular question. So let's say after 200 questions of grand test you get around 120 questions correct, 80 questions wrong, and the part of the questions that you guessed correctly would be, let's say, 20 questions. So you have to review this 100 questions, and out of this 100 questions you will feel that there are at least this 60 or 50 questions where your concepts or your approach or your knowledge is very weak. So make a book, wrong question grand test book, which is what I did, which is what NEET PG rank 1 2020 did, and start by writing that first question, and this was the question, I chose this particular answer, but the approach is this, and surrounding high yield bold points in the explanation are the points that you should write in the answers. So by doing this for the remaining 50 questions, what you will have is, you will have a customized list of very high yield topics, not questions, because you are also writing the approach, you are also writing the important points from that question in that particular list, which are your weaknesses, and by writing them you are increasing your visual recall and your tendency to get these topics, not questions, that is higher yield for the next exam. So let's say you do this for around 10 grand tests. By that time you would have revised. Now this list for compound effect has to be revised before every grand test. So by the time you reach your 10th grand test, you will have 11th grand test, you will have 500 questions, 5000 points, and 500 topics which are customized to your weaknesses turned into strengths, and are covering very high yield topics which can be asked in NEET PG exam. In my NEET PG exam I reviewed this list. Before INI I did not review this list. I had this discipline before NEET PG, I had a written plan, and all of this many small steps one after another are the way that you can get a good rank. That is what I feel. So on the day of NEET PG I reviewed this list, and out of that I got at least 5 to 6 questions which decreased my conflict over and above the revisions that I did. So many topics came from the list, and 5 to 6 particular questions were such that they were the deciding factor for my rank, and I could get them right because I had reviewed the list on the day before NEET PG exam. So yes, it is very helpful. I strongly suggest that you implement this and keep on implementing it after every grand test, and review this list before every grand test. So for 2023, for the next let's say 3 or 4 months, give monthly grand tests. In the last 3 months, for the prior 2 months, give every grand test every 2 weeks. In the last month, give 2 grand tests in the initial phase. And for the last 14 days, by using this Jordan Harris TED Talk based reading pattern, revise your syllabus twice. Yes, because of your frequent revisions, you will be able to definitely do it in this shorter span, because you will also have this drive for exam. it is very important and imperative that you prevent burnout by having a written plan. Otherwise you will definitely feel that I should read this subject instead of this subject, I should read this particular topic. Having a written plan makes you implement it in an organized manner and get to the results that you want. So the last 14 days I did scanning and speed reading out of the 3-part sequence as mentioned by him, and in the last 2 days I covered the 19 subjects reading around 2000 plus pages on the day before NEET PG by just scanning. So I did not go into the depths, but because I flipped the pages, my brain registered that incomplete part of the puzzle. I was able to recollect the volatile points which were a deciding factor, if not by direct answer but by elimination method in NEET PG MCQs. So yes, this is a must, and this will give you great results. You will definitely do good. Work smart by this particular approach, and it is a triple digit rank by the least is very much achievable. So yes, for final year part 2 students, if I were in your place, what I would have done is I would have focused on my particular year subjects. I would have given subject wise tests, and if you give grand test, it is very good for increasing your exam taking ability, reducing the zoning out thing and all that. But subject wise test after completing every subject is also very much helpful for active recollection. Add points from that by the compound effect of having a note of this particular points, or by adding those points into your notes. For custom module, I do not suggest that you use this compound effect because it will be very tedious to do on a daily basis. You can do this thing of adding these points to your notes, especially if it is from previous year NEET PG or INI CET exam, from the custom module hashtags. If you find that this particular question is for NEET PG exam and that is not in your notes, add those points, reinforce your second revision, and it will be very helpful that way. So coming back to final year 2 students, focus on your particular year subjects. After finishing that subject, give subject wise test, add points to your notes, hone your MCQ skills by solving custom modules suitable to your final year subjects, and you can select 9 subjects of final year and solve this 9 subject based this by using this hashtag of recent NEET INI 50 question custom module. That is, I think, a good thing. And from my college, from what reviews I have got, students are able to recollect more better from their notes than their textbook. The only issues I think they suffer is because notes have some limited amount of information. They have this distressing feeling before the exams, and they switch to textbooks and get confused, and ultimately either of those things are not done in a manner that they should have done. So what I would do in your place is, before any term and or before any internals, I would make a written plan of revising the notes and the number of pages that I have to do on a daily basis before exam. I would have a list ready of big questions from the university exams, previous year question papers. Same principle applies to NEET PG as well. And this big questions, I would refer to textbook for those questions. Otherwise, I would read only my notes. By having the written plan, I would be able to study my notes effectively, and I won't have that FOMO feeling for textbook and reading and switching sources. So you'll be able to do your notes effectively. You would have covered your big questions, and even if you don't get the desired rank or a very great result, by reading your notes in your final year, what you are doing is you are aiding your visual recall in a very strong manner, and it will be very easy for you to revise these notes again in hectic internship. So this is what I would have done, because it will help me in the exam that matters, that is the entrance exam. So yes, this would be the approach for final year part 2 students. For pre-final year two students who want to get a good rank, yes, enjoying life and living is very important, but having a time conscious use, that is, I am setting this time to study and I am setting this time for fun, would be helpful in achieving objectives and targets and ultimately your goal. Many of your peers from academic hubs of Kolkata, Ahmedabad, in your city, Mumbai, Delhi, all of these places have their seniors who are getting good ranks consistently since many years. They have proper guidance and are doing good. So I'm not trying to distress you, but if you start early, if you practice discipline, you will also be able to enjoy your life along with your gains for your future self. So that way in future you will be relaxed a bit, you will be able to prepare without burnouts, and you can go bold with GTs in this phase, but at least give subject wise test and use the compound effect which I mentioned earlier for the subject wise test. Make your own notes for any kind of subject that you do, especially those subjects that do not have many images involved, so that way your notes will be of much help and printed notes will be of help in the image based topics like pathology or anatomy. So, and participate in quizzes, guys, because I participated in psychiatric quiz and I got a bit higher up in the subsequent quizzes of IAP psychiatry. I had this confidence in me that I have mastered this subject, and given time, given enough you know, preparation, I would be able to master other subjects too. So that is a great boost for your confidence. You will acknowledge that yes, you can do it because you are able to do well in this kind of quizzes, and even if you don't, it will help to increase your knowledge. So there is no harm in participating, but prepare well and do well. It will help you in the long run. And also I have been getting questions of this clinical postings. So clinical postings can be a bit neglecting in the terms of involvement by students, but also involvement by faculties, because they have a lot of work to do, especially in high load departments like surgery. So what I suggest is, we all know which practical books are available for final year subjects or pre-final year subjects. Based on that particular book, take history and examination, or ask your senior for proper notes on cases. Take at least one or two major cases yourself, and you will find a good resident in that particular department. Ask him to conduct a case discussion for you and your friends and present that case yourself. It will help you a lot in the long run by increasing your clinical knowledge, which is not only theoretical but practical. It will help you with your clinical skills in the future. And yes, basically just by doing one or two cases in every posting and doing it from the start itself will increase your likeliness towards that clinical subject as well. So you will do good not only your university exams but also in your NEET PG exams if you approach your clinical postings this way. And for those with very hectic internship, I know it is very difficult, but whenever you get a day off, whenever you are in hospital, you are, because you have this MCQ app right on your hands, right in your phone, there is no excuse. You can solve 50 question custom module sitting in your clinical OPDs when you feel that you have some time, there is not much work to do in wards. So in those times, solve this question, because doing something is better than doing nothing, right? And when you get a day off, focus on reading, focus on getting your objective done for that particular day, and achieve your 100% by neglecting the social media dependence, and this implementing this positive habits by reading this kind of books or listening to your podcasts, listening to anything that is applicable to your philosophy. I'm not saying that these are the sources that you should use, but anything that is as per your philosophy would help you in the long run, not only to get a good result, but also for growth of yourself as a human being. So I am a very different person from what I was 1 or 1.5 year ago. That is what I feel. So yes, that is it. And for pre-final years 2 students, the another point would be, yes, I think it is all covered up. The take-home points, priority-wise for the what to do part, would be have a written plan and stick to your source, which is the most important thing in the long run. That will, if you revise your own particular notes or the notes that you started with thrice or 4 times, you will have this visual recall. 3 revisions is the minimum number of revisions that you should do. So for the untouched subjects, use your this notes wisely in a manner that these notes can be revised again. Be thorough with previous year topics by solving the previous year papers either by two approaches, by giving the recall papers of full 200 question tests, adding the wrong questions, all wrong questions, because it is directly from the last year paper, into your wrong question grant test list, or by solving question bank previous year question paper modules and doing it in a subject wise manner. But here also you should write the points that are missing in your notes or are very high yield. I would suggest I would have done this grant test based format for this previous year question papers, because I would have written it myself and it will aid me in the visual recall. So the third thing of priority would be frequent revisions and grant test. So the how to do part covers how do you achieve 100% or near 100% of your objective on a daily basis. Use your breaks wisely when you use that Pomodoro method by TiDAP. Listen to some good podcasts or read some books. Do not open your social media. Or what I used to do was, in the last 2 months after my internship and before exams, I used to go to library. I had this optimum 8 a.m. time, so that I had to reach 8 a.m. to the library, and 45 manner was the Pomodoro method that I used. And in the evening, when I used to have my snacks, I used to listen to this podcast instead of watching any video on YouTube. So that will increase your focus and your discipline, and you will perform twice your baseline level, whereas you will perform by, let's say, 3/4 or half if you indulge in some social medias. So yes, it is very important. And grant test compound effect, these two things go hand in hand. Revisions for your passive memory and grant test for your active memory. And the fourth thing would be the daily custom modules, at least 50 questions, but ideally 100 questions, to increase your exam taking ability, to improve your exam orientation, and to increase your recall and reducing the conflict between two confusing options. And question bank should be done as time permits. So what I am saying is, I would have done, based on my 3 years of experience, after many mistakes I made, I have found that the priority would be in this manner, and only if I would have gotten more time, I would have indulged in QBank, completing the QBank, because it covers a very very huge sphere, whereas NB has a limited sphere. So because of that, doing custom modules and customizing them as per your subjects or as per the NEET PG orientation pattern of 19 subjects, around 10 or 11 important tags and 50 question moderate difficulty module, that is of a better yield compared to QBank, because it will cover only those topics which would be from the NB sphere. So yes, that takes part of the what to do part. And I would again like to stress upon this discipline part, because I have never seen any topper guide anybody on how they used how to implement what things that they listen to, or what kind of books they read in between their studies to maintain their discipline. And I find that if I would have known this earlier, I would have been more consistent with my studies. So yes, I think that sums up. And while you are studying, you will have this kind of thoughts that this other day this friend of mine said these things, or this kind of event happened. And by increasing your positive environment by this podcasts or this kind of good books or this gratitude post exercise is a great way to increase your discipline. I strongly recommend it because it helped me sustain my efforts in the long run. If I would post in my exercise, if I would watch a web series in my breaks, my definitely my performance on that particular day would be 60% of my goals, and it would be near about 100% if I used my breaks and my exercise routine wisely. So yes, you would have this great advantage. That is what I feel. Work smartly, implement either of these things which you find helpful out of this particular video, and I hope this has been of use. So all the best. You definitely have the ability to get a rank. Work smart and have a routine. For some of my USMLE friends who are asking me to implement, means the discipline that I implemented for their advice, I think Marrow is basically like just you know USMLE preparation tool. So UWorld would be your Marrow question bank, and first aid and NBME exam would be like your grand test. So the same thing can apply to you as well. After every NBME, if you find that these are the topics that you are getting wrong, then making a list of those topics and revising those topics after each NBME, and getting the compound effect out of it would be of great use. And I will also be putting a link of Aditya Gupta, who is currently pursuing on oncology in pediatrics in AIIMS Delhi, who has gotten very good below 20 ranks throughout his preparation, where he mentions the usage of first aid. If you just search in YouTube that Aditya Gupta how to use first aid for PG exams, you will find around 4 or 5 videos where he mentions how to annotate the first aid, which topics to read in first aid for your NEET PG preparation. Pre and paraclinical subjects are in a very crisp and concise format for NEET PG preparation given in first aid, and yes, I think that is basically it. So he watching his videos would give you a great detail, and that is what I would have done given the time constraint and given the opportunity to have known this earlier. So I am not stating what I have done, but knowing the last 3 years of experience and the mistakes that I made, this is the approach that I would have chosen at this particular points in time. So all the best. I hope this has been of use, and feel free to drop your doubts in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help. All the best.